So what we have covered in our last class, we have started Employee Central, right? So can anybody says how many structures are there in the corporate data model? What is corporate data model? We have started with corporate data model, right? Hello, can you hear me?
Three structures.
Yeah, exactly. What are there? Org structure,
Pay structure, job
job
structure.
structure, correct. So we have started with our org structure like MDF objects creation, legal entity, business unit, division, and department. Okay, and today we'll be start continuing the same. Let me tell you what is the action name for creating these objects backend. It's just remember configure object definition. Configure object definition and what where we will be maintaining. Suppose we are configuring legal entity, already these are predefined legal entity, business unit. If we are creating any custom objects, where we will be maintaining those in the front end. Means suppose legal entity is there, for example you will be creating any Tata legal entity and all, where we'll be creating it, we will be only configuring object definition over here. If there is any hide or include, any custom fields needs to be included, we'll be coming here and including the same. Now he make just remember, in configure object definition you are not maintaining data, you are just create configuring the fields and objects. For example, already legal entity is being configured with name legal entity. This is legal entity. You have to, if any correction is there for this object, you have to come here, take action, make correction. Okay, these all fields I have told you why this is basics and all in my last class. Just refer the same. But in these all are, don't touch this MDF fields. If you want to change any descriptions, for example if you want to hide any description, you have to come here, description is there. Before that I will show you where we'll be maintaining this configure data. Object definition will be coming and doing the configuration field wise and object wise, whether to include any custom fields and all will be coming here and doing the same configuration. But we will be maintaining the data in managed data. Just remember, for MDF objects, managed data. MDF objects is generic objects, especially the foundation object which we are creating. MDF foundation object. These are generic objects. Okay. So,
What is the full form of MDF?
metadata framework.
Okay.
Metadata framework means you will be just designing the framework of the, what we say, this employee central, means you will be directly configuring it in the instance. And another objects are XML foundation objects, which I'll be explaining you later when we'll be covering that concept. We will be configuring that objects in XML and then uploading it into the instance. We are not configuring that in the instance directly. Okay, got it?
Okay.
So here for this org structure, pay structure, job structure, any structure, you are just configuring these objects in the configure object definition. In manage data, you will be maintaining the object. For example, if you want to maintain any new legal entity, you have to come here and click legal entity. So you can just maintain Tata groups or Mahindra groups, whatever the legal entity, root entity you can maintain here. If you want to check the existing legal entity which is being maintained, you have to search legal entity here. See, these are the existing legal entities which are being maintained. So you can configure objects through this configure object definition, and end user will be maintaining what you are configuring in configure object definition. For example, now say, let us say this field, client will say, no, I don't require this field. This is unnecessary field. Just remove it. What to do? Directly from manage data, you can't do it. Any fields and objects related to MDF, you have to go here, configure object definition, and what object we are searching, you have to just come here. Okay, this is legal entity. We want to uh, remove the description from legal entity. Then you are coming here, configure object definition, legal entity is there. Just you have to, under object definition, you have to select legal entity object and come down. These are the various fields. Now search for description. This is the code. This is translatable. Okay, fine. Go to details. Here details can you able to find. This description is nothing but in the front end, you can, the end user will be able to see this. Okay. You have to come here, configure object definition, in legal entity, come down, description field, standard field. You have to just go to details. Okay. If any label is to be changed, you have to change this. Label is what you will be seeing over here. Don't change the code. Again, I am saying, don't change this code name. You have, if at all, you have to change the label of the description. You have to come down and change the label over here. Now, the customer says, I don't want to see this description field. Can you see the visibility over here? Editable, right? Not visible. Just go for not visible, done. Any field, not only description, any field if the customer don't want to see, go to no, not visible, done, and save it. And then come to manage data, refresh it until you will, either you can press enter button, or this icon is the refresh icon. Just press this. Now make correction. Can you able to see description field now? No, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Arpan,
Mm-hmm.
we got this point. Can you please open Word file first?
Word file. Yeah.
Okay. So I think we need some more info. What exactly is this one, Arpan? What is the legal entity first? Why we are
Legal,
doing this, and what are those objects?
legal entity is given to you by the company what they want to define. Some company says legal entity is Tata Group. You don't know the org structure. If you attend the core HR class also, they will be having Tata. Then Tata will be having, in the first class only I have explained you, Tata will be having Tata Finance and Tata electricals. These are business units. It is not the same. These are defined by the company. You have to ask the company. Legal entity is just the root org unit. These all are org units. In SF, you will be termed like legal entity. Business unit is also org unit. Division is also org unit. Here only Tata groups. In Word, I don't know how to make it like branches. I am
I
not
got
perfect in
I
Word.
got your point.
Yeah.
I got your point. So
Mhm.
Tata will be the main source basically, the
Yeah,
first root
Tata.
of the tree.
Legal entity will be
Tata
one
Electric.
company code. You can say company code
Hmm.
where financial and profit and loss statements are being recorded here. Tata groups. Then Tata groups will be having two business units or maybe three, one to many, you can say.
Hmm.
These are basically
So
not
what comes?
only SAP HR. If you go in the core HR also, it will be like org structure. Org structure, main org unit will be this, and under that you will be having motors, electronics. In one business unit they may be having one or more divisions. Tata HR, benefits. I'm coming step by step. First we are just defining as a consultant point of view, configure, manage data, then manage data, then then after that in employee profile where it will be visible. I'm coming step by step.
No, I got your point,
Yeah, yeah.
Urban. So basically, we are just modifying the data which we have. Means the Tata group is already created. The groups means legal entities, and after the
This managed
branch,
data
his
you have to create. In managed data will be created. That data groups and all is not configuration, is not a custom consultant partner. Consultant part is to go to configure object definition and just to modify the things as per the user. Like you want to add any fields, add any custom objects, that will be coming in uh, when I will be coming in detail. We have just started MDF objects. We have not completed MDF objects. Once we completed MDF objects, you can able to get the detailed scenario. We have created how to create custom MDF and all. Those are in the streamline coming in now. Uh,
okay. Arpan,
yeah,
Arpan, please correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah,
So MDF object are basically defining a company and their subroots.
yeah. MDF objects are basically org structure, job structure, and this. And a part of this, yeah, these are the main MDF objects which define the org structures. Apart of that, you may have XML objects also, which also comes under corporate data model, which I'll be explaining after this MDF object. But MDF objects includes only these which I am highlighting: org structure, pay structure, job structure, pay scale area. Under pay structure also, you will be having XML objects like pay grade level, pay component, which is nothing but wage type. But XML is which you can easily configure in instance. Means this MDF is which you are easily configuring in instance. Okay.
Okay. Actually, I'm just trying to understand what exactly are the MDF. What exactly is MDF? That's what I'm trying
Metadata
to understand.
framework which will be able to configure in this instance. MDF is simple. You can able to configure an instance. When I will start the XML, you will be not able to configure like this. You have to notepad, you have to mention the codes, then you have to upload it. Those are XML foundation objects. MDF is metadata framework which you can able to design framework in the instance. This much only the definition which you can directly configure in the instance. Which are these? What are MDF objects in org structure? Means there are 4 MDF objects which are predefined. You can create your own, configure the own MDF object. Suppose department is there, you want to create sub department. Once let me cover this MDF topic completely, then it will be easy for you. Then you can ask me any doubts.
Okay, sure. Arpan.
Okay. So uh, in legal already these are the standard MDF objects which we are dealing with. So similarly in business unit, there is no need to again configure the legal entity completely. If you want to make the fields available, for example, this legal entity ID is there. I want to name it as company code. Company wants to name it as company code. Then here you can just go ahead in configure object definition, make correction, and here label is there. Just search for the field external code. We are dealing with legal entity ID. So basically the code name is external code. Then go to here, go to details in external code, go to details. Then you have to come down and see what is the label name. See, here you can able to find the legal entity ID, right? Then you have to just mention company code. And this translate, make sure that you are also changing in the translatable icon. Just click here, write company code, done, done, then save it. Then go to manage data, refresh. See, can you able to see the company code has been changed? So like that you can change any as per the requirement and add any fields also. To add a field also, you have to go to configure object definition, make correction. Here cust is there, right? Now I want to add a field called function, as I want to capture it function. Let it be 1 to 1. No, not here. These associations in the tomorrow's class will be covering. You have to go to the fields here, custom, add function. Now this is what is the length of the field. For example, 128 alphabets you can see, or make it standard like 255. So more than this characters, it should not be exceeding these. So this I'm selecting as string. What is string? String you can be used for alphanumeric. This all I'll be explaining you in tomorrow's class in detail. Why these data types are there. These are basically data types, and string is alphanumerical. And go to details. These are okay. Default value you can just write function only. Required, if required, yes means it will come the start symbol, else no. Editable is nothing but editable. If you want to editable, not visible means the field is only not visible. And here under label, just write function. This is the label where you will be doing the changes, as I mentioned before also. And what is this help text? This is optional field. If you write, for example, uh, required to enter function, then it will be showing an icon, help icon. There you can able to find what exactly the description is. Required functions only, for example. Okay, make it done. then save it. Oh, already function is being created. Let it be like objective, for example, any custom field. If the company wants anything, let it be string objective. Already function field is created, somebody have created this. Objective required. This is the help text. Now come here and make it label as an object. No, not this. Make objective. And here also you have to just wherever the translatable icon is there, translatable, then you have to come here and change these values where whenever you are changing this. Done. And come here and save it. So we have saved this. And we have added custom field in legal entity. These are the standard objects: legal entity, business unit, division, and department. We have just added custom field in legal entity, and then just refresh it. The existing itself, you may able to find. See, objective. Got it? Or if you are creating any new legal entity, see, you'll be having this objective object. This help icon which I have mentioned over there, this you can just mention to the end user purpose objective required. This is how you will be adding any custom field to the standard objects. So likewise in the business unit also you can create, if the company wants any different object or object any different fields. For example, these are the various business unit. If they want any different fields here, then they can create it here and they can make it mandatory. Just under visibility, that's under required, you have to just mention it yes or no. Those are called boolean. If you select direct data type as boolean, you will be getting yes or no. Boolean instance. This is configure object definition. This status active, inactive. This is enum. Data type is enum. You see here status. This anyway data type will be explaining you in detail. Just for example, legal entity effective status, enum. If you select this enum, then you will be getting active, inactive in the drop down. Active, inactive. So this all data types I'll be explaining in detail what exactly those data types are. So let us create a custom MDF objects uh, where this legal entity and all will be visible to you in succession data model, means in employee profile under employment. If you change it, basically we require this to hire an employee, right? In that particular org structure. So what is the difference between change and this clock icon? Change is effective date. If you want to keep the history and you are just changing it effective April 26th, today, then you will be keeping the history, and you can change company, business unit, division and all. Cancel. Then if you are just what you say, if you are just want to replace the history as well, existing record, then you have to click this organizational information history. And what is the existing record? You just want to edit it, just click on edit. Just you want to edit, and whatever the company, business unit, division you want to edit it over here, you can just do it. See, these are the standard objects. Company, basically legal entity, we are naming it as company, business unit, division and department. These four are the standard MDF objects. This location are these location and all are XML objects, which I'll be explaining you later. So these are the standard MDF objects in org structure. Company, under company there are one to many business units. So under this company it is until this business unit, and this business unit it is on this employees into this division, then department. Then I want a sub department here. What to do? Just go to manage that, configure object definition. Configure object definition is where you are configuring the objects. Manage data is where you are just maintaining the objects which you are configured. For example, department means HR benefits, you will be maintaining here in manage data. So let us go to configure object definition. Here create new object definition, sub department. So here just enter sub department. Effective dating, let it be basic as it is not dependent. API visibilities, let it be editable for integration consultant. MDF history, delete history. If you want to keep the history as per client requirement, you can just change it over here. Default screen is configuration UI, which we have seen. It's not mandatory field. So label here, I'll be maintaining sub department. In this, make sure that the company code don't have space in between. So just make it sub department. You should not have any spaces. Here label you can change it, which is visible in front end. Then subject user field, if you make it available for the user, then only this field is applicable. We don't want it to the make it for user, else you have to select here data type as user. So this I'll be teaching you when we are maintaining the custom MDF objects with different section. For example, here employee profile is there. Here I want to include the custom section. For that, we will be maintaining user over there. That I will be explaining you later how to do that. Now under configuration object definition. So we have created sub department and all to do make sure that for any MDF objects, you have to just select this generic object change request. And this is the external code. Let it be string. Let it be the name. Don't disturb the name. External code. If you want to change any label, you can just change the default value and label as well. Let the default value is sub department code. Here also sub department code. Copy this. Make sure you have to mention the default value by default, but after that this is optional. UK, China, Brazil, where whatever country you are working it to, you have to just copy and paste this value. And then required is yes, editable. If it is only the read only field, then you have to just select read only. It will be graded out. User or anybody can't able to edit this field. So we have created the label and then done. Then let us edit this external name. You can don't edit this name. Come here, department name. Then copy this, paste it over here. Under the translation, you have to just paste the default value and UK English. Okay. Then done. Then what is the security? If you don't select anything and just save it, the object is secured. It is showing. Yes, I'll just cover this in the manage data. For example, if you refresh it and you want to search the sub department, it will not be visible for you. See why? Because you have mentioned it is based on role-based permissions. For example, if I select this secured no and save it, then it is applicable for all users. Any user can able to view it who have this manage data access. Okay, let me refresh it. See, can you able to see now? Sub department. Can you able to see my screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now I will be explaining you what is the utilization of this. Basically, in real time, you will be not mentioning this secured as no. You have to mention it yes. Then permission category, in where we have to make this field categorized according to that. In RBPs you have to give the permission. So if you press MDF, I will be selecting MDF foundation object. I will be uh, I'm just making it as SecureDS, and I'll be creating this permission category into MDF foundation objects. You can select any category, but you have to remember that. For example, if you don't understand anything, you can just categorize into miscellaneous permissions. Then there you have to go in RBP and give the permissions. Now I'm just categorizing as MDF foundation objects and then save it. Now you can't able to see this field. If I refresh also, select sub department. See what to do now? Duplicate it. And go to transaction permission rules. I have already taught you RBPs, right? So it is very much important and is very useful in each and every step in Employee Central or any